What up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Roshambro's News.
Tiddlywinks.
What? Kien, not Keith, and I am.
It's a game.
I am the head.
Look it up.
Creative director of this thing. Yeah, and I'm here today with.
I'm regular guy Zach. I drink all of Kien's water that he buys from Walmart.
We ended up opening so many packages last time. How did you ever end up getting those all sorted out?
What?
I don't fucking know. Jay, we had 2 fucking packs of water last. Was it? It was 2 weeks ago.
That was the last time I was here.
It was 2 weeks ago, and they're almost fucking gone, and I don't understand because we drink maybe 3 to 4 packs of water, 3 to 4 waters here when we record, and then it's just Jay, and then Jay will drink half ones and just throw them away.
Why?
Because it's lukewarm. Now I'm like, but it's always been fucking lukewarm.
Just throw it in the fridge.
The J tangent.
No, I had a Surge can I was gonna open up and drink and be like, brought to you by Surge. Just kidding, Surge. Sponsor us.
Okay, now you're just pandering.
Dude, no, but the Surge soda was the shit though back in the. Oh yeah, who are you?
Oh, you actually want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I'm the guy who ruins intros.
Yeah, you do. And what else do you do on here?
Odds and ends stuff.
Yeah, odds and ends stuff.
Opening packages of water when there's already an open one.
Yeah, that most definitely. No, I had this thing because last time Eli and I talked, he's like, I've never had Surge soda. I don't even know what that is. I'm like, this Surge soda is basically the 90s in a can.
But now that you said Surge is kind of just like Vault, I'm just like, I don't really want it anymore.
I mean, yeah, but still, you should definitely try Surge. God. Surge was definitely something we drank at the skate park, and so was Jack energy drink. So.
It came back in the early 2010s.
Yeah, and then disappeared again.
Yeah, I remember it because when we used to sell that at the store for 50 cents a can, they were the big cans.
Would you like a can of Surge? It looks so hardcore, but it definitely was not.
Could use more sugar.
Sounds more like an energy drink than a pop.
That's basically what they were trying to market it as.
Essentially, it was.
Because of all the sugar.
Just the look of the logo on a can or a bottle just makes it look more like an energy drink than a can of pop.
When you look at... Do you remember the energy drink Jolt?
No.
I remember hearing about it.
Oh, God, that thing was just liquid crack, basically. No, it was. It was just that's what I used in college to keep myself focused on papers and shit. It was definitely I probably lived off of I said this before, in college I lived off of Nutella, Red Bull, and other energy drinks just to keep myself going. Nutella.
It's cheap. It's a hazelnut.
Yeah, I know, but
why Nutella?
I don't like peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
I like Nutella a lot more.
Alright.
Yeah, that answers your question.
That's definitely the one thing that gets me though about people Nutella's much healthier. I'm like,
no.
Shit. Just because you put it on your whole wheat bread, Janet, does not mean you're gonna lose weight.
Whole wheat bread isn't even much better than white bread.
I know, but that's what people think. When they're whole wheat's awesome.
No, it's not.
I don't know. I don't mind whole wheat. I don't like white bread that much actually.
To each their own.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing. So we talk about pop culture things we watched and stuff before we get into it. And
so why did we tangent off to Surge?
Because I was joking. My goal was I was gonna have the Surge drink with Eli because he's never had it. But then Eli said he couldn't make it, so I just drank it. I'm like, fuck it, dude. I wanted to drink the Surge.
Taste
Surge.
test.
But no. Actually.
Moment of remembrance for our poor fallen brother Eli.
Even though he's still alive, he's just got other things going on.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
We're all crying. Don't worry. It's not just you.
That was from American Dad, wasn't it? Where Steve was just fucking singing.
I'm pretty sure it might have been. Oh no.
I just want to sing in the end now that you've mentioned American Dad.
Okay.
Fucking episode.
Anyway.
But have you guys watched anything pop culture that you'd like to talk about?
Nope.
Gail?
I have caught up with My Hero, actually.
Okay, well, all of it?
Not, well, the English dub on Funimation.
Okay, but you've gotten to the point, I'm assuming you got to...
Where they're learning their special moves.
Yeah. And do you like that? I like it. I like this anime a lot.
I watched it with John, and I loved his commentary, because he was saying it while Midoriya was having the breakthrough. He's like, it took him this long to realize he had legs? Then it goes on him, he's like, wait, I have fucking legs! And then he just comes to the realization.
But, like, my thing with that is that basically, yeah, he didn't think about that because he was legitimately trying to emulate everything All Might did. So, like,
it's not entirely that either, because he's also been trying to do what Bakugo does, because that's just how much of an influence those two have had in his life.
But you know what I mean, though? And that is a lot of upper body techniques that he's using.
He never came to the realization that his body, it's his whole body that can use the ability rather than just his hands.
His shoots. And I like the shoot style he makes. It's super cool. Like, I just... and then because I'm watching the subs, I'm into them at the actual exams, and it's just fucking legit. Like, they have a non-canon, non-manga Todoroki storyline going on within it, where he's fighting ninja class.
Why?
Yeah, one of the guys' quirks is, like, he can change sizes of, like, objects instead of, like, legit shurikens and, like, kunai knives. It's actually nails that he can, like, turn big and, like, big, like, he can turn these lug nuts into, like, big, giant fucking
just
bowls.
Basically turns everything into a giant
or makes them small enough to, like, break. And, like, apparently these guys are fucking geniuses, because Todoroki's trying to, like, why can't I burn it? It's like, it's tungsten! They're like, oh no, my fucking kryptonite! It doesn't melt!
I mean, he could just, like, freeze them in air.
Yeah, but it's still a fucking ice thing coming at you now, like, that's...
He can make giant pillars of ice. He can use it to block. I'm
but
pretty sure he could just
like,
make a pillar of ice with that stuff.
But I really do enjoy My Hero. I still think, like, to me, it is, like, this is not me being hella pretentious. This is me basically, like, I love the shonen genre. It's one of my favorite genres of manga. But I think that My Hero and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are probably the best written shonens.
I wouldn't say...
I'd say best written, because it keeps stuff fresh, in my mind, comparatively, to, like, Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say that about JoJo. I mean, just because they have a new iteration, it doesn't mean they freshen everything up, and most of those concepts are pretty...
My thing, well, the reason why I think JoJo is still fresh is that, like, the battles are always different because everyone has a different stand. Like, the thing that I always say why I think JoJo is a lot more fresh, because Stardust Crusader...
It always boils down to somebody punching somebody else. Don't you get on
I know it does, but, like, the battle in general, like, in Stardust Crusader, Jotaro was able to go against Dio, but because his thing was legitimately just punching, there was no strategy. So, like, when Jotaro had to face a rat that could decay things, and he could not see it, there was a lot more strategy than he had to think that just, I'm gonna punch the shit out of fucking Dio, comparatively. That's what I mean, though. Like, I think Araki just changes up the fights just so, like, it's the same fight legitimately,
but he mixes things up.
He mixes things up. Where My Hero is basically a better Naruto, in my mind, because everyone, like, gets a shot in My Hero to be a badass. It's like, because for me, My Hero's the better Naruto, because, like, you have Deku's like, I'm gonna be Hokage!
No,
we're
not making that comparison.
He's gonna be the greatest hero of all time.
At least he's just not on a homosexual journey for that booty. That gay man booty.
I'm pretty positive Bakugo is on that homosexual journey for Deku. Or All Might. He's definitely, like, super jelly, like teenage girl jelly of
I don't know.
All Might.
I don't know with some of the other the dynamics. It's not as strong as come back to me, Sasuke.
Right, no, but that's what I mean, though. Like, for me, Deku is a much better Naruto than Naruto was, because, like,
he's a more clear-headed,
more
down-to-earth person.
Well, he's a three-dimensional character.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, like, all the characters in Naruto have these cool-ass powers, but they're
no
all
aspirations.
no aspirations. All these guys are very different in their aspirations. Like
they're very well fleshed out as
right,
characters.
And the thing again is like their characters designs too. Like Bakugo and Todoroki could have easily been main characters of their own shonen manga. All of those girls that like he draws could easily be their own main character.
I wouldn't say main.
You know what I mean?
But they'd be in there somewhere.
They could be in their own like manga, in a way. Like they are like the joke of like they're all best girls. Yes, because like they literally are all different. They're not generically all the same. Like you look at like the Sakura and Ino. They're basically the same character. One's blonde and one's pink haired, and like Hinata is the same way. It's just kind of like,
Yeah.
So Hinata's basically
He went with his strengths.
Yeah. I'm glad he chose Hinata. Like she deserves it. She best girl. That's why I hope Deku goes with Sue, because Sue is best girl.
We're not getting into this.
I know. I saw the Teen Titans Go movie though. I saw the Teen Titans Go movie.
I have yet to see that. I'm probably gonna see it.
I did not fucking hate it.
All I know is I gotta see that sweet, sweet Nick Cage buttery voiced Superman.
I was ridiculously surprised I did not hate it, because like I told my girlfriend I would say, she's like, you probably hated it, didn't you? I'm like, I didn't. I fucking hate Teen Titans Go the series. The movie was like actually
better written.
It was a basically fuck you to the DC universe that I've felt for like
So it was
years.
a parody of.
Yeah, it was basically a parody, and like that's why like I was like, this is good, and it bothers me that it's like I actually enjoyed it. Like it had everything I did not want. It had them using Deathstroke as this parody character. It had Lil Yachty having a rap song in it and voicing Green Lantern. It just had everything against it, and then I watched it and I'm like,
it's okay.
I'm thoroughly enjoyed by this. Like, I'm not gonna see it again, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, guys, you guys should go fucking see this movie. It's so good. 10 out of 10. No, it's an average movie. I think it's a movie we needed in this superhero saturation compared to like other movies that are trying to be like, we're different than all the other superhero movies. We'll get to that later. But no, this movie, I think Teen Titans Go is definitely a good movie. There are parts that did make me like just burst out laughing because they're just so irreverent. What? Irreverent means it's just like random.
Oh.
It just happens out of nowhere. And it does, like it's weird.
I thought you were trying to say irrelevant.
Same.
Irreverent. So I definitely would recommend it if you really want to like a light chuckle. I still think it's better than Lego Batman, which I thought was like hella boring and like did not have much. This had enough where I'm like, this is kind of funny, I dig it. So I definitely recommend to go see that. Don't watch the original Teen Titans Go. I still think it's garbage, no matter how many people try to tell me. Like Dan, who voices Hank on BroQuest, continuously keeps telling me to watch it. He's like, it's better. I'm like, it doesn't. And like, if it does, it's just the random memes that show up, and I'm like, I don't have to watch the fucking show to understand that this is a meme. And everyone knows already the fucking secret spoiler at the end that like, what?
Gil doesn't know.
You don't?
Well, don't tell him. Don't
the
tell him.
internet didn't ruin it?
Don't tell him.
Well,
do not tell him.
People are theorizing things are coming, and I don't believe they are.
Don't tell him.
I will just leave it at that.
I was gonna say, leave it at that.
I will just leave it at that. Then we do go to our trailers, and the first trailer, what?
Real quick, you need to have like a pop-up icon that says Zach doesn't know what they're talking about sometimes.
Because everything goes over his head.
About like just Teen Titans Go? Or
no,
what?
when you guys were talking about My Hero and JoJo's, I was just sitting there all quiet, just like, I don't know what you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah, watch JoJo! I do really believe everyone should watch JoJo, and if you have Toonami, August 18th, they're gonna start running the English dub of my favorite JoJo's arc, Diamonds Are Unbreakable.
Could have been better.
That's still my favorite. Like, that's
Everyone
my favorite.
has their opinion.
Like, that's the thing.
You like it? My opinion is that.
Did you watch it all?
I didn't need to watch it all, but I did.
You did?
Because I have Kien in my house.
Okay, so you did watch all of
He's
that.
irreverently pumped for the October season.
Yeah. No, it starts in March. It starts in August.
Does it?
8/18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pumped for it.
It's so close.
It's still my favorite. Like even in the like, it goes part 3, part 4, part 5? No. Part 6 is when they change alternate realities. Yeah, because part 5 is no. Because
part 6 is Stone Ocean. That's what
fuck, that's right. Okay, yeah, no. Star Crusader. Fuck, you're right. Damn. Part 4 is my favorite. Part 5, then it goes part 5.
Which is in Italy.
And I'm really excited because David Production did that too. But we are going to go to the Venom trailer, and I don't like it.
I liked it.
I don't know if you liked it.
The end got a chuckle out of me.
Yeah, it did.
I did not like the end of that trailer.
Yeah, you absolutely hated that.
I don't hate
part.
I don't hate that end. I just thought like, I don't know. I think Venom A looks really stupid.
Venom A?
I think he looks better than the Venom that we saw in Spider-Man 3.
Well, yeah. But like, Gil has something he just doesn't like about Venom.
Yeah.
I just don't like the character designs that they've recently been coming out with.
Where he's like just bro big.
Just sensationally, just crazy big.
He's just like, he's on that piece.
He's super buff, man. He's
there
super
is
buff.
no way he should be that limber.
He has been lifting shit.
There is no way he should be that flexible.
Like, you don't think like there's bodybuilders that can do that? Gil, like. I don't know if you've watched the WWE. There's some big fellas that can jump and be limber like that.
John Cena?
That's not his size. He's more like those professional bodybuilders that have muscles that can barely move their arms.
I just don't like. I don't know. I just think like from what we saw in the beginning of the first few Venom trailers, it was supposed to be like a thriller. Now it's more like a big action movie, and I'm just not for it anymore. I didn't want an action movie. Like the first trailer of Venom, I was like, I'm sold. Like I don't have to see Venom.
The worst part about it for me is I can't understand what the symbiote is saying.
I'm gonna eat you.
We.
Like all I got from one of the parts is like he called that guy a turd.
Yeah, in the wind.
Like a turd in the wind. And I'm like, who the fuck says that? Like
I was also wondering about that too. I was just like, why?
What fucking who has ever used that as an analogy? You're a turd in the wind. I'm gonna eat you now. I'm like, but that's the thing that fucking got me too. I'm like. Is it supposed to be like a hyper-violent movie? Like, that's not being an anti-hero to me. That's just being a fucking murderer.
Just as long as "We are Venom" does not become the catchphrase throughout this
that
movie.
is definitely going to be the catchphrase throughout this movie.
Hashtag We Are Venom.
That's probably already trending once
the
trailer came out.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that gets me though. This movie does not look interesting and fun to me anymore. Like,
I'll still see it.
I don't like. Here, someone pointed out like every origin hero superhero movie is basically their main villain is basically them but evil. Like Iron Man, Hulk,
the original
Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man
wasn't.
You know what I mean.
Captain America.
In a sense it was though because they were both being like they were these genetically altered dudes that were facing off against one another, but they had a particular like past together though. It's the same thing with this, like, Riot, and everyone's like, it's Carnage! And I'm like, no, that's not Carnage. That's a random symbiote there that's called Riot that isn't going to be Riot. It's just, they're going to call him that because it's a symbiote that's already canon.
And they can just go with it.
I honestly kind of wish they would have done, like, if anything, they would have should have just made him Toxin. Like, I know that Toxin would be, like, the anti-hero-esque, but, like, or Hybrid. Hybrid would be a cool symbiote to use. But yeah, no, I'm not...
Too much story building for that.
I look at this trailer, though, and I just don't see it, like... Everyone else on my feed is like, I'm so hyped for Venom, look at this. I'm like, I don't like the way he looks. I don't like... He's too fucking veiny, too. I don't know if you noticed it. He's got all those random veins and shit.
I didn't see that, actually.
That just might be the symbiote being the symbiote.
That's fucking weird.
It might be them going for a more realistic alien life form.
It totally doesn't look realistic either, though. Anyways, like, that rendering on that thing is super bad. Did you see his tongue on that guy's face? You're like, that's definitely not real. And like, you could definitely like
put some parts out of context, and you could make a great
video?
no. Yeah, I was gonna say a trailer for a great guy on guy porn video.
A pancreas, eyeballs, so many things. And your lungs. So many little things. I'm like, really? Like, and my other thing though is Eddie Brock's not an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely been like...
That's his defining trait.
Yeah, he's like, I'm a fucking kill Spider-Man because he ruined me, like, lying about this stuff. Like, that's the thing, like, Eddie Brock is played off more like a hero. Like, when Eddie gets the Venom symbiote, he's not like, oh no, what am I gonna do? He's like,
let's use this.
Fuck yeah!
No, he still freaks out, but he's like, I can use this to kill Spider-Man. Let's go!
That's the thing, like, can you really do it? Can you do, like, they're trying to do Morbius the Living Vampire. We have another news story coming up with this kind of, like, Spider-Verse. But, like, can you really make these Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man? He is, like, for Venom especially, though, he's a key component to why Venom is Venom.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, is like, everyone's like, people who are mad, like, he doesn't have the spider logo. Like, I could care less about not having the spider logo. What I care about is that, like, he just does, like, it just does not work to me. It just doesn't seem like it'll work to put, like, to call him Venom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this was just like a alien movie where he's like, I'm gonna fight things, I'm gonna kill things, I could definitely, like, get it. But, like, this is just, like, when you put Venom in it, it's like, I know it's like, I shouldn't expect much, but I do.
It's because you got that name attached.
Yeah, so there's that. Then we go into Deadly Class, which is basically Harry Potter spies.
Yep.
But this was, like, I know you didn't like some of the scenes, but, like, I don't know, it looks hyper aesthetic and it looks super fun and interesting for the most parts.
I was paying more attention to what I was eating than that trailer, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, some of that stuff was kind of weird, but
I just remember the dude with the green mohawk, that's about it.
it looks like something that's just gonna pass by, honestly.
Really? I don't know. I'll give it a chance.
It might
Sci-Fi's been fucking killing it with their TV shows
true.
because, like, Happy was, like, something I never thought I would actually really like, and I ended up enjoying that really. It was good.
Didn't you say this was based off of something?
It's based off a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's got the Russos backing it, so they directed the first 2 episodes and wrote it, the first 2 episodes at least. So I'm kind of going to give it a chance just because I do really like Infinity War. Like, I like how it was directed, so...
Could have been better.
If anything, it's like...
Great movie, but it could have been better.
I think the story was lackluster, and I will 100% admit that, but I love this cinema. I'm just a big fan of, like, the cinematography in that movie.
I cannot get behind people's hate of Star-Lord's reaction, but that's a discussion for another time.
Where people were mad at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it, but, like, everyone is like...
You mean for how he
like I said,
him?
this is a discussion for another time.
Yeah, that'll be a tangent one day. We'll just bring up White Kill. We'll bring up Killmonger.
No, just keep going.
Oh. Like, I really want to give Deadly Class a shot. Then we go to Slender Man. I definitely am not going to give this movie a shot at all.
It's PG-13. It's not going to be good.
No. Did this game really need a movie made about it?
It's based on a story online.
It's based on a creepypasta lore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, fuck. Creepypastas.
Basically...
So, like, if Jeff the Killer movie came out and I, like, paid you money to go see it, would you see it with me?
No!
Alright, basically what it boils down to is...
You wouldn't see it either!
I would probably freak out, yeah. Sorry.
If you make a horror movie PG-13... by default, it automatically fails as a horror movie.
I would argue that there are some good PG-13 horror movies, though.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Darkness Falls.
I've never...
It's the one about the Tooth Fairy. Back in, like, 2004. The guy leaves this town because his mom got taken away, and the Tooth Fairy is actually, like, a wraith who wears, like, a teeth mask. And, like, light kills her. And if you watch it, I think that's PG-13 movie, and I think it holds up.
since I haven't seen it, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But do you think of anything recently?
I still think I know we had this conversation that Happy Death Day isn't really a horror movie, it's more of a horror comedy.
Like I said, as a horror movie, if it's PG-13, by default it fails.
Wasn't
as
Happy
a horror
Death
movie.
Day rated R?
It's PG-13.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was...
Yeah, no, you're right, because this is the same girl that was in The Wishing Box, and I fucking hated that movie. Oh my god, did you watch that?
No, I saw somebody explain it because I didn't feel like wasting my time on it.
It's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this movie is going to be as bad as The Bye-Bye Man.
Probably not.
I fucking hate it. The Bye-Bye Man was basically the Slender Man movie before they got the rights to Slender Man. Because he's like,
okay.
He's like, if you hear his name, you're screwed.
Yep, okay.
Don't say it, don't think it. Which actually reminds me of R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour.
Yeah.
But like the movie that they had before the series.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know, see, a lot of R.L. Stein things were kind of scary and they weren't PG.
R.L. Stein was pretty good, but that's because he actually knew what he was doing.
Are You Afraid of the Darks were also very, very scary.
Again, they knew what they were doing. Now, this is a movie,
right?
Not a series where it's just short and sweet and they can do what they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie that they're trying to pad for time, and they're only making it PG-13 so they can get as many people in the box in there as possible so they can get that box office revenue.
Yeah,
that means sacrificing content.
Do you, like, I know none of us like the FNAF series.
I haven't played it, I don't care enough for it.
But do you think that's probably what's going to happen to that?
Is it a PG-13 movie? Because I don't think it will be.
It's Blumhouse, but a lot of kids are really into FNAF. That's the thing. You got to look at it and, like, a lot of the kids watch those, like, game theory videos and things like that. So they're definitely going to market to that, like, semi-market to that. Like, these movies, like, the PG-13 PG-13 horror movies that are coming out is because it's for people when we were in high school and middle school when we couldn't go to rated R movies. This is their, like, oh, we can go see a horror movie. That's definitely how I feel about this.
But again, that's why it's a bad idea to make a PG-13 horror movie.
Right.
Because it fails on that premise.
But it's definitely
because they want to get that much money.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna get their revenue back. So it's a failure as a like script, but it's not a box office.
It's not a box office failure. But as a movie, as anything subjective.
As a horror genre, yes.
Yes, as a horror genre movie, subjectively it fails.
But that's
subjectively or objectively, either way.
I don't know. The Paranormal Activity movies were rated R, and I fucking hated them.
Gil is not a fan of those either.
No.
He has a loathing for
fucking
those.
Awful.
Yes.
They literally just do the bare minimum.
That's because they decided to do it on a string shoe budget, and they.
But like that's the thing, they do the bare minimum. Even when they had more of a budget, they're just like, all right, we're gonna use the Xbox Kinect to show you a ghost. LOL, just kidding, it's not. Like, that's the thing. Like
that was just poorly written.
And I don't like and everyone's like, the Saw movies are good. No, the Saw movies are fucking trash too. Like,
again,
really
poorly written. No.
They're gore.
They're basically snuff films.
Like, what the Saw's like, this is a new sense of horror. It's not horror, though. This is just...
shock factor.
It's horror porn. Like, it's horror porn.
It's gore.
Yeah. Like, so... Gore,
yeah,
gore
okay, I get you.
It's basically... Like, what the hospital movies were not scary. They just were, like, gross, and I just, like, did not like them because they were gross.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like...
It's that shock factor.
I don't like senseless mutilation just cause. Like... Jason stabbing someone with a machete and then ripping them in half, that's fucking cool. Because he's a psychopath.
And that's something he'd do. That's in character.
Like, some guy dying of cancer is like, you didn't pay your taxes. It's time to play a game. It's not cool. Because, like, some of the shit, like, the Saw movies...
I've never seen any of them.
But that's my thing. Like, these movies, like, that, like, do these shock factors, they're not bad people that are getting killed or anything like that. They're, like, just regular people. Like, the last Saw movie was definitely like that. It was, this girl's been cheating on you with this guy. You can save her and kill him, or save each other and kill her. I'm like, why are you in their life, Jigsaw? Fuck off.
Bros before hoes.
And they chose it, and, like...
They totally would.
And the only one that made sense was like Jigsaw killed a shit ton of neo-Nazis. I'm like, yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. Slender Man.
Actually, that in universe, that doesn't really make sense. Why would he kill neo-Nazis? They're inherently bad people who chose to be bad people.
Yeah, like
he's all about reforming people.
Yeah, Jigsaw's like, you're a drug addict.
So one time he did something good, it feels like it was probably on accident.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I wanted them to survive so they'd like understand that like being a racist is not good and change their ways.
Oh well.
I'm pretty positive those guys wouldn't change their ways either. Like he's like he picks up drug addicts too. That's the thing that gets me. He's like, instead of like getting you legitimate treatment, this will definitely help you.
Because it's got a 100% success rate. Because if you fail, you die.
And if you survive, you apparently become part of a cult. So
yeah.
Then we go to Hunter Killer, which is Gerard Butler saving Russian president.
Yeah, I guess.
Submarine. This
generic action movie.
All my friends on my Facebook feed were like saying, "This looks so dramatic and good. I want to see it." I'm like, I do not.
Generic, like Mile 22. I can see that coming up against it in the box office.
Probably, but I just like do not. I don't know. Like I think this movie looks dumb. I don't understand why people are like
It'd
so
be more
into
cool
it.
if there was a lot more naval combat because that's what it looked like it was gearing towards in the beginning.
Battleship 2.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I kind of wish they had more. I wish they had more naval combat movies like that. I love Master and Commander. Like that sounds super weird, but I like that tension of like our ship might fall and like that to me that kind of tension is cool in a movie.
That's because you're stranded in a giant puddle of death.
Yeah, and like
and you have to make sure that it stays in one piece. You can make it like super
claustrophobic feeling too for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like them trying to patch holes, so like just that narrow vision.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Would be super cool. Like I don't know. I like those kind of war movies though.
But they don't think about that because that doesn't bring in the easy money.
Yeah, Gerard Butler's just like, I'm gonna save the Russian president, and then that's what happens. So we go to our movie news, and remember when I can totally now understand the F Batman line go. Because Zack Snyder says on social media that Dick Grayson, not Jason Todd, is the actual dead Robin in Batman vs. Superman.
So there's no Nightwing?
Wait, hold on. Run that by me again.
Fuck Batman from the Titans trailer. Zack Snyder's like, it's not Jason Todd, guys. That Robin uniform isn't Jason Todd's. The Joker actually killed Dick Grayson. I can definitely understand why Robin's like, fuck Batman then.
Yep.
Like,
I know you're saying it for the sake of a joke. Not the same universe, though, because people will get confused.
I know. There was someone that got mad about my Alita Battle Angel. Just joke about not even being serious. And he just told me how awesome that movie's going to be. It's going to be the best anime movie. It's going to be better than the anime.
By the way, they did come out with a rebuttal about him killing all those people. He did not kill those people.
Batman?
No, Robin.
Bullshit!
When?
No, they came out with it like
when?
A while after that trailer release. They're like, but Robin didn't actually kill anyone.
Oh, like the internet did, or like the producers?
The producers and the actor.
Bullshit!
Look it up.
I know. No. Because Eli and I talked about this because the comments were defending that. He shot a dude.
He shot above their heads.
No, he didn't.
I am trying to figure out what you guys are talking about.
Okay. You never saw the Titans trailer, did you?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the Titans trailer had this...
Robin basically tries to kill a bunch of people.
Did you guys watch it for the podcast?
Yeah.
I might have been gone that week then.
Robin is like an edgelord in the Titans thing. And one guy, he throws his R-Rang, which I'm still against. Like, that makes no fucking sense. But like
an actual R?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual R. Yeah. Just let me get through this. And then he hits someone... And he's like beating the shit out of the guy to like maybe a coma, and the other guy's like, what would Batman think about this? And Robin's like, fuck Batman, and then fucking steps on this guy's neck.
Does he actually say fuck Batman?
Yeah, that's why everyone was so mad. Because they're like, Robin would never say fuck Batman.
I gotta see this trailer.
Oh, so fucking bad.
Oh god.
It's just just edge to the max. So that is definitely one of my biggest problems with this trailer.
So basically, people are saying Robin said "fuck Batman" because.
No. Like, he brutally murdered people in that trailer, and everyone's like, no, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
But he did. Are you on the agreement that he murdered people in that trailer?
Well, from the way it looks, yeah, he murdered people, but they did defend it. They did defend it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I gotta watch this trailer.
If you like play the Arkham games, definitely Batman does not kill people, but he makes them mentally retarded by the end of their fight. Because he hits
fucking punches have thunderclap sounds.
Yeah, like when Batman is like lunging down on someone, they may not be dead, but they're most likely brain dead.
Let's not forget his fucking mech suit in Arkham Knight.
Did you Zack Snyder did want a different Robin though. He wanted the female Robin from Dark Knight Returns to be the Robin that would end up being in the DC Extended Universe, which I wouldn't mind that. I think that would have been super awesome. David S. Sandberg's like, there's no Superman cameo in Shazam, guys. That's not gonna happen.
Turns out that's just a lie, and at the very end, he's like, I'm Superman.
I'm pretty positive.
And then Superman's
Eli made this point last week, though. Like, every movie that does DC movie besides Suicide Squad that didn't have Superman was mildly successful, which was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but that was a bad movie.
You mean like any mention of Superman or just Superman cameo?
Superman cameo or anything like that. It was Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman was in the past. Another day. I would be totally fine if Shazam was just like, yeah, Superman's in this universe and just go on their fucking merry way.
Without having Superman in the movie?
Because I think Shazam was a fun fucking trailer. Like, I'm like, I really want to see this movie.
But yeah, rewatching it is
again,
really fun.
My biggest gripe. He's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, whatever, fuck you, we know.
It doesn't make sense, though. He turns back into Billy by saying Shazam. Why would he go around like, I'm Shazam? Suddenly he's a kid. I'm Shazam. Suddenly he's a freaking 7-foot behemoth trying to kill people.
Superhero again.
My favorite thing about Shazam is that, like, if someone's in front of him, he's not going to turn back into Billy Batson. It just fucking electrocutes the shit out of them. He did that in that Justice League episode fighting Superman. He's like, Shazam! 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 It's just boom, boom, boom.
To be fair, he was holding him up because he knew where the lightning was going to strike.
He's just like, the
Shazam! And Superman's finally like getting out of the way and like, Shazam! Oh no! I'm a small child. I'm easily broken.
Like that episode of Superman, just like, Superman is just a major asshole to Shazam. And no, do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
He's just a major dick because he's a small child, so he will say things that like as an adult is hella condescending sounding, but he's like, I'm Superman. No, I mean I'm Captain Marvel. And Superman's like, bitch, are you fucking really doing this right now? Like you are trampling on my thing. And then Superman's about to punch him again. And then he says Shazam and he turns into a small child. Superman's like, oh my god, I've been beating up a fucking kid? Holy shit. And then the news media, this is before fake news existed. The news media is like, Superman beats on a small fucking child. Do we really want this guy protecting us? And if that was also the Shazam movie, I would not mind that either. Shazam versus Superman is just, Superman's like, oh man, I beat a fucking kid up.
So Superman's just being an asshole to Shazam the whole movie?
Yeah, because he doesn't know he's Billy Batson.
A whole 2 hours of Superman just being a douche to Shazam.
Oh,
to be fair, that's pretty in line with his DC movie self.
Who, Superman?
Yeah.
So,
Pretty douchey throughout the both of them.
The Lego Batman writer Jared Stern has been hired to write and direct a Super Pets film, which will revolve around the pets of DC's iconic characters.
Is it animated?
Yes.
Damn it. Would have worked so much better as live action.
No, it wouldn't.
Because it would have been way stupider.
It would have been way dumber.
Exactly.
We get another underdog movie, and I'm not for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, no.
Except they've learned. They've learned, and they still won't improve. That's what makes it better.
Kyle Massey's rap for underdog just really gets me stuff.
Oh gosh.
Oh, I actually really like if they can do the same thing they did with Teen Titans Go with Super Pets, I'd be down.
Probably, yeah.
Like, if they made
Hold on, is it 2D or 3D? Because I feel like they'd probably do 3D.
It's probably 3D, unless they're like, maybe we should look at Teen Titans and be like, it's cool.
Yeah.
My thing about this, though, that I think is super funny, that, like, if they made a Crypto and Ace buddy cop film,
Yeah.
basically, I would fucking just watch that, just be like, this is funny.
Yeah. Because he's all serious and Crypto's all
So
upbeat.
you're like,
and
hey
serious.
guys, come on, let's do this. You want to play fetch, Ace?
Just basically model it after the older TV show and you got yourself a dream.
I forgot that was a cartoon.
Yeah.
Even I remember that.
Like, it had the super cat.
Yeah. Streaky, I think.
Streaky, yeah, Streaky. Batman director Matt Reeves reveals Ben Affleck is still, air quotes, involved with the solo Batman. I won't confirm if he will star in the film.
Oh, boy.
Get your shit together, Warner Brothers. So, after Weinstein Company was sold to Lantern Capital Partners, Frank Miller regains the TV and film rights to his comic book series, Sin City. And I can only say, no thank you. I do not want to see an adaptation by Frank Miller, because he is a crazy man now. And just is fucking insane. So, hooray. This is one that gets me. The cult classic film The Sandlot is getting a prequel from 20th Century Fox, and the writer-director David McKinney Evans, 25 years later, after its original release. What are you gonna fucking do? Are you gonna do it about the dog getting fucking huge, or what?
That was legitimately gonna be my question.
Yeah,
I was like, what are you gonna do? Are you
that's-
gonna show Benny finding the Sandlot or something?
There's not a lot they can do.
Was there a group of kids that were on the Sandlot before them? Was the Sandlot even there?
It's the creation of the
And
Sandlot.
on the 8th day, God created the Sandlot.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made that a sign in the actual dugout.
Pixar's Incredibles 2
The
became
rules of the Sandlot.
the latest member of the 1 Billion Club as it continues its amazing theatrical run around the world. First animated movie to make $1 billion.
Which one?
Incredibles 2.
First
That's
animated
what I was
movie.
about to say. That's what I was about to say.
That's really
That's
awesome.
what I was
though.
thinking.
I'm super pumped. Like, I love the Incredibles 2.
I did too.
You haven't seen it yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
Get your fucking shit together, Gil.
Okay, I'm busy all weekend, every time a movie comes out. You think I have time for shit?
I was gonna say I don't remember you being there with us when we went to
No,
see it.
he had to. Yeah, no.
Busy.
Get your shit
Mother-
together.
It'd help if
Mm.
the movie theater in your area would actually show more movies.
More than 3, yes.
Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah, get your shit together. We as a podcast go see these movies, and you're just fucking falling behind, Gil.
Well, to be fair,
No,
I've
no.
missed a couple movies as well.
No, it's totally fine. I'm totally joking, but
Gil's just gonna have to wait until the bundle pack with the first.
Alex
Incredibles
Winter
comes out.
reveals during the Television Critics Association that Bill and Ted 3 is still happening, despite recent comments from Keanu Reeves. I'm like, let it fucking die. Like, the only way I want to see Bill and Ted 3 is that, like, everything that, like, George Carlin said would happen did not happen. And so they're stuck in this, like, man, the world actually really, really sucks. You know? I don't know. It's now been 11 years since the second National Treasure was released, and despite the company's head Bob Iger declaring in 2016 that a third movie could still happen, the studio is clearly not in any hurry to get going on the project. The director of the first 2 movies, John Turteltaub, addressed the situation while speaking to the Collider and revealed why Disney seemingly put the National Treasures on the back burner forever. According to Turteltaub, it's all a matter of Disney having more franchises than it knows what to do with. Or National Treasure's just a fucking trash movie and nobody wants it.
I like those movies.
Well, you're done.
I'd want it.
Yeah, I know
Because
you
Nicolas
fucking want it,
Cage.
yeah.
You
Just-
don't
I
right.
like those movies.
I don't I don't know. I don't like them. I think they're stupid.
Ironically, I didn't see any of them until like many years after they were
They're dumb.
released.
Writer and director Kevin Smith teases fans on Twitter with news that he has been writing what would be his biggest project ever. Let it fucking die. I don't like Kevin Smith. Like, I liked him when I was like an edgy teenager wanting to be an indie film director. I'm like, Kevin Smith did it first. If he can do it, I can do it. And then the more he progressed in his career, I'm like, man, you were just beating the dead fucking horse here. Like, just let it die. Like, I'm making Clerks 2. Just kidding. It's going to be a comic book series. I'm making Mallrats 2. Just kidding. It's going to be like this instead. I'm like, dude, just fucking, like, you had a couple of good movies, and then you either just rehash everything you do, and it's just not good. I don't know. I feel like if, as a creative person, you should know your limits. Like, that's why I'm kind of not... I'm excited, but not excited for M. Night Shyamalan's Glass.
Shyamalan?
Because, like, he's had 20 years to make this fucking movie. And he's like, do you remember when I made good twists?
With the twist.
Yeah.
So,
I love the robot chicken.
This is actually a super interesting thing. This is Robert Englund talking about, like, how he would want the Nightmare on Elm Street to be rebooted. I had an idea with Eli Roth budget. I would have a cast of different actors play Freddy for every potential victim. Freddy could be tall, he could be short, he could be overweight, he could be muscular. Every one of the victims could have a different Freddy they imagined, and you could haunt them with that Freddy. I think that's
genius.
That's actually
awesome.
interesting. Like, if you could get enough actors to do that, that's super interesting, because it's like, it's what you fear the most, instead of just like this tall, skinny
chicken in a sweater.
Yeah. Cashmere wearing bitch boy.
In a fedora. Milady.
Goddamn.
Does that in the end?
If one
Gets
of
a
them,
final kill? A lady.
no, if that's like one of the girls' fears, like sweaty nerd, and it's Freddy like going milady, and she's like, "Oh, fucking kill me now." Though Christopher Robin sounds like the most innocent movie. THR, like, before I go, is there any other kind of like movies that you think could work with that kind of like thought process, though, of using like different actors to portray like different things?
You mean the same thing, just different ways?
Yeah.
Probably a lot of things.
You know, actually, do you want to know mine? It'd be like an Inside Out style of movie, but instead, like, the person's feeling is they become that like person. That person's doubt is its own like person. Like, that's
It's just one being, but every
emotion they feel is a different person is playing that character feeling that emotion. Where, like, say he's angry, so the character turns into like
anger.
Like, I think that could work. Yeah, I think that could definitely work. And, like, you know, you could have like people like, I don't know, I'm not saying like it could be an LGBT movie, but like I think like another one that could work is someone who believes they're like a woman or a man of that trapped in a person's body, and like everyone sees him as a guy, but when he talks or when you're looking through his like perspective, he's a girl. That could work. Why are you? Don't do that. Don't be.
I'm not touching this subject.
Don't be fucking weird
I'm not
about
touching
that.
this subject.
Yeah, don't be fucking weird about it. Though. I like the way you're doing it. Like it's either like you have this like I kind of agree, but like I'm afraid.
No, I just don't want to go near this subject.
Really?
It's gosh, what would the term be? It's a powder keg.
You think it's just gonna blow up?
Anything anymore is a powder keg.
I think we think it's a powder keg. I think the internet amplifies that powder keg more than it
So
should.
it's a bigger powder keg.
I feel like some people take shit out of perspective too, and this is on like both sides. So like that's the rest and that. Christopher Robin's being banned in China because rebellion groups are using poo as a symbol of rebellion. So they're like, oh yeah, we're kiboshing this shit right now.
Like, actually,
How?
the Pooh Bear?
Yeah, the Pooh Bear is a symbol of like rebellion for some people.
From Winnie the
Fuck
Pooh?
do I know? I thought it was just that the dude didn't wear fucking pants and like censorship.
Oh. That would make a lot more sense.
So, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon will team up to adapt the true story of an ex-cop who rigged the McDonald's Monopoly game and stole $24 million.
Wow. What a douche.
That's super interesting. I kind of want to watch this. Like, if it was a Scorsese film, I'd be down.
It's biased. Why is it got to be Scorsese?
Because he did The Wolf of Wall Street. And I
Open your
fucking love
mind.
That movie. Have you seen The Wolf of Wall Street?
I've
A
seen
lot
half
of
it.
people love the Wolf of
Oh,
Wall
fucking
Street,
love
dude.
The Wolf of Wall Street. It's such a good movie.
It's alright.
It's so historically inaccurate. It's such a good movie.
You darn Skippy.
Netflix picks up Animal Farm, the movie adaptation that Andy Serkis plans to direct, with Matt Reeves, War of the Planet of the Apes, producing. I think this is super interesting because Animal Farm has always been a piece for Andy Serkis that he's always wanted to create because he's a big fan of motion capture. He's the dude that she's the motion capture dude. He did Gollum. He did King Kong in the Jack Black King Kong that I really fucking hate, but everyone's like, it's okay. And like he does a lot of that. He did Caesar for Planet of the Apes. So like he's really big on motion capture, and I really want to see this movie. Like I love Animal Farm as a book because it's a book on socioeconomics and the rise of communism. I don't know if you guys had to read it. I had to read it in the college,
Nope.
of course.
No.
As an intellectual, no, yeah, I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite stories. Topher Grace, Eric Foreman
Decided to come out with an edited version of The Hobbit.
Yeah.
2 hours long.
Yeah, 2 hour long Hobbit trilogy movie into just The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey.
Hold on, what?
He took 434 minutes of 3 movies
Okay.
and cut it down to 2 hours. This is not the first movie he's ever done, though. He did that with the original Star Wars prequels. He made it a 2 hour long movie that made sense.
Alright.
Topher Grace, you're fucking amazing.
To be fair, that's probably what people wanted anyway.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because the books weren't even that long, good lord.
Yeah.
It was just one book.
Yeah, I was like, it was just one book. And those played more episodic than they did a novel, too. Like, all the Hobbit stories were supposed to be meant to be read at bedtime, each chapter. Because, like, Bilbo or one of the douchey dwarves learned a fucking lesson. Like, Gandalf learned a lesson, too. He's like, oh, don't be an asshole to little kids. Got it. That's the end of the fucking chapter. And that's definitely a book that I would like to read to my kids. Like, see? Don't be a fucking wizards, kids.
Don't be an asshole to children.
Go to fucking sleep now. Love you, Dad. Fuck you.
You broke the rule.
I was going to say, that's pretty ironic.
Michael B. Jordan shares how he thinks his Black Panther character Killmongers would have fought Thanos in Infinity War, and he said he'd win.
Killmonger beating Thanos.
The guy who was literally throwing people around before he had the gauntlet.
If
Yeah.
Black Panther couldn't beat... I mean, if T'Challa couldn't beat Thanos, I don't really know if Killmonger could either.
Sony moves forward in trying to make a Kraven Hunter standalone movie.
That could work.
No, it can't!
Like in the same universe as the Venom movie?
Yes. And the Jared Leto movie. No, I really do not think so, because I don't know. I think Kraven the Hunter would have made a way better villain for Spider-Man Far From Home, because, like, I like the idea for Far From Home, and Kraven is, like, hunting him in, like, Europe.
He goes to Africa.
I thought that was... that was the talk for him to become the villain in that Spider-Man movie.
No, Mysterio. I said...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I said Kraven the Hunter would make a fucking awesome Black Panther antagonist for, like, a sequel movie. Like... When people are like, Donald Glover wants to be in Black Panther, the sequel as a villain, I'm like, I totally see Donald Glover as Kraven the Hunter. That'd be fucking dope.
When you say as a standalone movie, you mean separate from the MCU?
Yes.
See, I was just thinking as a single character flick.
Oh, yeah, no.
Kind of like... Because, see, that way it could work, and then at the end he's like, Spider-Man? My next prey.
Yeah, no, this is definitely in the standalone Venom movie. He's like, Venom, my next prey.
What's a Venom?
He did all of this. He sounds like a worthy hunt.
I could totally, like, my thing about this is, like, I'm gonna turn the idea of this Spider-Verse without Spider-Man upside down, and is, if they would have made them into, like, horror-esque movie icons,
that would work, yeah.
That would have definitely worked better. Because, like, I would totally have seen, like, a Venom versus... Because Venom is, like... No, because Venom is essentially basically the Wolfman, to me, in these kind of series.
The alien Wolfman,
He's basically he's, like, the werewolf.
Oh.
Like, he's
Why
like
did you just say werewolf?
Because, like, Universal called him the Wolf. Like, he's sold as the Wolfman all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Alright.
And, like, with Morbius living vampire, be like Dracula versus the Wolfman, like, from the 1930s. Like,
Science Dracula versus alien werewolf.
But that's what I mean, though. You know what I mean? If they would have played it more like this, like, that Eddie cannot control it and it will come out here and there, I think that definitely would have played out a lot better. Like, I think if you made these a creature film and then made Kraven, like, not saying he would be, but, like, the Van Helsing-esque character who has to hunt them, I think that would make a lot more sense.
So, like, the Dark Universe, but good.
Yes. The Dark Universe written by Kien.
We could market this.
Parody movies.
I do really believe that if you want to do that, like have him team up with Sable and Black Cat and their mercenaries that are helping him. Instead of making Kraven like, welcome to the S.H.I.E.L.D. equivalent to finding paranormal monsters. And I need my super drug or I turn into a gray man who apparently gets super strength for no apparent reason.
Yeah, basically.
Did you watch the movie?
No.
Oh, so bad.
No. I'm not wasting my time on that.
So bad. Oh. I sat with Jay and Ryan and like, it's good. I'm like, I fucking hate both of you. But yeah, no. Because, like, Spider-Man does have a variety of villains that could work as standalone monster flicks. Like, the Green Goblin could be their Mr. Hyde, where, like, he doesn't turn into, like, a goblin, but he, like...
His mind is all crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, that persona will just suddenly take over.
Yeah, and, like, he does still blow shit up and stuff like that. Like, that... I know this sounds weird, but, like, I totally think that would have worked out better.
It could have.
If they would have made these, like, Spider-Man standalone films, like, well, we have the rights to this, fuck you, we're gonna do something totally different. Where, like... My thing is, I still hate that tagline, embrace your inner anti-hero. I'm like, no, still looks like he's doing heroic things because in the beginning of your fucking trailer, you're like, I'm trying to stop injustice and corruption in companies. I'm like, he's not being an anti-hero then. He's just basically a good guy, but he murders people.
He's forced to murder people, and then he just kind of, it's gonna happen anyway.
Ewan McGregor is still open for an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, and I'd be down for that.
Jesus Christ, come save the Star Wars franchise.
So Iron Fist, this is the thing that makes it interesting, because I always said this. Iron Fist is going to be the first Marvel Netflix series instead of having... Yeah. That's super awesome, because I feel
They're cutting it down, Iron Fist second season, to 10 episodes.
I hope they do this with Daredevils, too, then. Because I always say this, like, I feel the Netflix series are always too long. Like, if they were to just cut that down... We had this conversation before.
How many episodes are they usually?
13.
12?
13.
Oh, alright.
Defenders was 10. So that's the reason I like Defenders a lot more, because like they had to tell that story in 10 episodes, and so you understood that. Like, I feel like those extra 3 hours can definitely ruin a series, and that's what they usually ruin it. Like if The Punisher was like even 5 episodes, I would have been way cooler with than it being a 13 episode thing. Simpsons creator Matt Groening has no plans to retire or recast Apu, despite complaints over the character being a racist caricature. And I'm okay with that, because The Simpsons was created during a time where that stuff, like, The Simpsons has a super redneck dude too, but no one's like up in arms about that.
It's because it's white people.
Yeah, but like he marries his sister and shit.
It's because it's white people.
I know. I'm not against it. I don't know about you.
About what?
I haven't seen it.
Replacing Apu. I like The Simpsons though. Like,
Who's Apu?
He's the guy who runs the gas station. The Indian guy. The stereotypical.
You have to remember, I don't watch The Simpsons.
I've only seen like a couple episodes.
I have only seen The Simpsons movie.
Are you offended by Bumblebee Man, Gil?
Bumblebee Man.
He's the guy who says "ay caramba" all the time. He's basically the basic Spanish television caricature.
All right.
I mean, I think people just have to stop getting offended over everything.
I get you.
And stereotypes were created because that's things that people picked out of a culture.
I think a lot of stereotypes were used to like fight back though too at the same time, making these kind of cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do like
I mean, if he's a well-established and much-loved character,
he is a well-established character though. He has
keep him.
Like.
Unless you want to get rid of him.
Like, his Indianness does not go into the fact that, like, he had octuplets because someone kept putting birth control pills in his wife's drink to make sure they were pregnant. So, like, she had 8 eggs and he has 8 children. Like, that was a legit plot line. Had nothing to do with him being Indian or anything like that. So, like, he does more than just be like, okay, let's go. And shit like that. He's actually a character. This is what we did say. Nickelodeon, it did renew Rise of the TMNT for a second season before the series started.
You said the first episode was on YouTube, right?
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't put all your eggs in a basket.
I don't know.
That type of thing.
Like I said, I did not think the first, the 2012 TMNT was going to be good, and I fucking loved it.
We'll see. I just think people that do that type of stuff are putting the cart before the horse.
That's like
it's over.
When they brought back Ben 10 as Alien Force, I thought I was not gonna like it, and I really liked it. And then they kept just going downhill.
That's probably what might happen here. That's kind of the issue.
Right.
They're putting the cart before the horse. It's
doesn't matter because they're bringing back Alf Gill. Alf, do you remember him?
Yeah, I watched like half an episode.
Yeah, they're bringing him back.
Why?
I don't know, Morty, but they are.
I mean, I know they brought back Roseanne, and that failed horribly. And
okay, that did not fail horribly. Roseanne was just
removed.
Yeah, did you fucking watch her like freak out video of her? Oh my god, she started freaking out because she's like, I thought the bitch was white. I was making fun of for the monkey comments. She freaks out. It's fucking sad. Oh, it's so just sad. Just sad.
Alright, what's next?
To watch this here. Oh, we have some questions. Oh, wait, the last one. This is just for me, because, like, I love Anthony Bourdain. Like, yeah, you guys don't really watch Parts Unknown. He's the guy who committed suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, like, I remember reading his books in college and high school and, like, really enjoying them. Because he was just passionate about what he did. The final season is going to be aired this fall, and I'm, like, really kind of sad, because it's, like,
well, they can't really keep it going.
I know. It's just super sad, though. Like, I just really do. There's not many people I'm sad when they die, but, like, he was definitely up there as, like, an influential person for me. Creatively. Like, his writing just really got me. He was also a character in Archer.
Which one?
He was the restaurant owner who was a huge asshole.
I mean, that's
trying to make a restaurant reality TV. It's fucking one of the my favorite episodes. So a question we did have was from Nicholas from Holland. I didn't know we had people from Holland listen to us, but he wrote on.
Dang.
Yeah, he's the one on the video game one too. But he says, a while back you guys talked about Logan Paul and how you think that he's a shitty person. But the way I see it, and I've never seen a Logan Paul video, but from what I've heard and from other people's videos is that the reason why Logan is so toxic is because of his fan base, because his fan base will defend anything. Is there another YouTuber you listen to, you dislike, or do you believe their fan base is as toxic as Low Gangs, as the quote-unquote Low Gangs? I don't have anyone in particular that I think... Actually, I do. Sargon of Akkad. I don't know if he's a right-wing YouTuber. Like, I'm gonna say any of the skeptic YouTubers, their fan bases are always toxic to me. And anyone who like writes videos about how Anita Sarkeesian is the worst person in gaming.
She's not really helping it.
She's not, but I don't think she's like the worst person in the world that these guys do. I think there's a lot worse people fucking ruining games than Anita Sarkeesian.
But there's a whole company. Just look at EA.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but no, I don't really do because I don't think PewDiePie has a toxic fan base. I just don't find PewDiePie shit to be fun. You know what I mean? I don't think that he has a toxic fan base. I think he can do shitty things, but where I stand, I don't think the Logan Paul fan base is toxic. I just think they're 12-year-olds that have not hit maturity yet, so what they think is appropriate to say is not what an adult would think would be appropriate to say. Because, I don't know, I think Markiplier. Markiplier.
Like pliers. His name's Mark. There's an I in the middle.
Markiplier.
There you go.
Yeah. I think Markiplier.
No, you still didn't say
Markiplier, whatever. That guy. The guy with the cool pink mustache on his YouTube thing. I think he is one of the most, like, I personally do not watch his videos because I do not find them interesting, but I think he's the most humblest person, one of the most humblest people on YouTube with his success. And the videos I do watch are him being humble about everything.
He does, in fact, sit down, and he is, in fact, humble.
But the thing is,
Sit down.
the thing that blows my mind, though, with this, and this is what I want to bring up, is, like, two people that, like, say they're inspired by Marco Pilar are two of the most shittiest people I know. So, like, that's what gets me. Like, that's not a toxic fan base, but it's just kind of like, you say that, like, you're his biggest fans, but, like, the shit you does not correlate.
There's always outliers.
I know, but it just blows my mind. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, he also then goes to ask, he's like, I know you guys have been doing, like, top 10s and what the facts, like, you guys bring it up here, and I've actually, like, subscribed to your YouTube channel, because, like, I don't really use YouTube that much. I just, like, listen to podcasts, but I like your what the facts, because I find them interesting. Good job, Zach and Gil. Congratulations, I'm proud of you. He's like, do you have, when you write or do speaking things, do you ever, like, think of, like, YouTubers you not copy from, but take inspiration from when you do these things? And if so, who and why?
I'll let you go first, since you're the actual voice behind it.
Yes. Tell us the voice of what the fact. Are you inspired by a certain YouTuber or anything like that?
Do you have any inspirations in general? Let's be
about it.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't have to be a YouTuber. He just, like, brought it up.
Like how I present?
Yeah. Do you have, or just in general, when you do this when we're doing this creative stuff, just now?
No, not that I can think of
This is
right
basically
now. I mean,
my pseudo boss emails me, hey, you're gonna say this, and
it sounds shitty when you put it like that, but yeah, kind of. Like I just go over the, like as of right now, I can't think of anyone, but you know.
On the writing aspect, you send me an outline and I try to put that in there somewhat, but I also try to get as much information as I can, because I do want these to be as factual as can be.
And I try to make it as before I send it to you.
I mean, you've kind of helped me with the whole presentation thing when I say it, because, you know, you told me to slow my cadence down because I was going way too fast one time.
Right. No, and thank you for letting me be an inspiration, Zach. That's weird.
That's not really an inspiration, but it's more like a helping hand there.
But I try to be as factual as I can beforehand, but it's always good to have, like, a double checker of research. So
some of that stuff I do cut off, mainly just because I'm figuring that this is when we originally did start with the facts. You said you wanted them to be shorter videos, so I tried to.
Right, I want them to
on
be.
Time,
I want them to be like, my goal is to be either under 10. Like, I do not want to go past, like, there's a possibility it might reach, like, a 9-minute mark.
So, like, half the time I do tend to cut corners on some of the information, but that part of it is just if they really want to know about it, they can also look it up.
Right, and I, like, do not. I'm definitely, like, not throwing anyone to be like, do this now. It's just for, like, what the facts. It's, like, much easier because I don't know. Like, I think I've now been, like, when I do top 10s, like, I will text everyone and be like, okay, tell me your giant robots, because, like, I want everyone's, like, opinions on this.
Current log on.
Yeah, that's definitely on my.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely was.
Okay.
But like that's the thing. Like, I do not feel like I feel like the channel in general. I was definitely inspired by Double Toasted, Rage Select, and, like, these Austin podcasters that I actually got to finally watch after, like, years. I got to watch a live show while I was in Austin. I'm just like, I still fucking love these guys, and these guys definitely inspire me. So, like, definitely for me, like, when I started doing podcasting, I was like, Spill.com before it got bought out by Hollywood.com and became Double Toasted. Definitely a big inspiration for me, just for the podcast aspiration. For the top 10, it's just kind of like I said, I've said this before, like, what the facts in top 10s, we say random shit here all the time. That gets muddled up in our bad jokes. So I'm like, I kind of want, like...
Your bad jokes.
And you say the great thing about what the fact is that I don't know a lot of this shit
Yeah,
either.
like,
so technically I'm also learning while I'm saying this stuff.
So, like, Zach is playing off the character of, like, I don't know this, but I'm going to research it. And, like, I like the chemistry between Gil and Eli because, like, Gil is the goofier one compared to Eli being, like, this curmudgeon. So, like, It's not. I like that kind of weird chemistry.
As going back to the writing, I don't think I really have an inspiration. I'm just trying to get it done and put it in a clean format that is easier for Zach and Kien to handle.
Right, and I totally get that. I guess, like, for BroQuest, though, I did, like, the inspiration is red versus blue. Though, like, I'm not gonna lie about that. Like, my inspiration for BroQuest was red versus blue. And that's just because I went back and rewatched the first couple of, like, volumes. They're fucking god-awful. Like, they're funny. Like, the thing that makes them funny is their dialogue. The presentation is just awful, it's janky, and it's terrible. But their dialogue is awesome. So that's where, like, my inspiration for BroQuest is like, listen, if I can do this kind of shit, like, someone told me once, I was like, I want to get into drawing and stuff like that. Like, what do I need? They're like, you just need a pen and paper. I was like, is there a specific pen and paper? He's like, no, you just need a pen and paper. And then you just go from there. It's not about the tools you have. It's about how much you're willing to do with what you have. So, that's what I have to say about that. So that's been our news and other random questions.
If you like what we're doing here, check out our SoundCloud down below.
Yeah! No, don't do that. We don't have a SoundCloud.
I was going to say, do we?
No.
No. Actually, SoundCloud's actually been a big boom for podcasts.
No.
But, like, not for rapping, but, like, for podcasts. Like,
We just started an off-brand rap group.
no, but, like, if you do like stuff to do, you don't have to, but you can support us on Patreon, down link below. Listen to other podcasts on Podbean. We have wrestling and stuff, and video games. So, I am Kien Ibanez. And I don't think anyone else is going to say their fucking names or anything.
Bye!
Bye!